So the best time frame for day trading is hands down is all of them. It's really important to be able to tie all the time frames together. And here's why. Consider the higher time frame is a book. And in this book we have chapters, paragraphs, words, letters. The book itself is the weekly, the monthly time frame. The chapters in that book, let's say it's the daily and the 4-hour time frame. And the paragraphs and the words, it's the 1-hour time frame, the 30-minute time frame, the 15-minute time frame. So if you focus on the 15-minute time frame, you're not going to even have the title of the actual chapter you're reading. So this is why it's really important to tie in all those time frames together and actually get a better picture built. So I'm going to go through a whole example where I break down the weekly time frame all the way down to the 15-minute time frame and show you how they're all interconnected with each other and how you can use them all together to get better at trading. Now, there's one thing to point out. A swing trader isn't necessarily going to really care about what's going on the 5-minute or the 15-minute time frame. They're going to be taking entries off of like the 30-minute time frame, the 1-hour time frame. I'm an intraday trader. I don't really care about what's happening on the 1 second or the 30-second or even, the 1 minute too much. I'm more so looking at like the 15-minute, the 30, sometimes the 5-minute. But then there's going to be scalpers that really care about what's happening on that 1-minute time frame. It's going to be really important for them. So I'm going to show you how I tie all my time frames together, and then you can tweak it in whatever way makes sense for your style of trading. Let's get right to the charts. So here you can see I have US 30 pulled up. We're on the weekly time frame. So right now we're just going to mark off our support and resistance, supply and demand, whatever you really want to call it. So we have a rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, price rejected up here, rejection here, a little bit of a gap here, rejection here, rejection here. So this tells me, hey, this acted as support, 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 broke through, resistance, resistance, and now again as resistance. I'm just marking the information that's actually relevant. So here we have rejection, rejection, and then this became resistance on this side and then support on this side. What we're seeing right now is price is now in a bullish trend. So then let's drop down to the daily and see what story is actually being told on the daily time frame. Perfect. On the daily time frame, we have all these rejections of this weekly zone. I guess the only other zone I would add now that we're on the daily time frame is this one right here. This was previous resistance, price broke through, and now it's testing it as support. That's just something to keep note of. Now we're going to drop down one layer deeper. We're going to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour, we can see this resistance up here. So we have, I'll mark off this line real quick. And I'll color this yellow. So I have this colored yellow now, and we can see there's a rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, price rejected here, and then a rejection here, then a break. So now we have that 4-hour level, and notice how I'm going step by step down. I'm going from looking at it at the bigger picture and then going down to more minute details, getting a full understanding about what's going on inside of this book, inside of the story, inside of this picture, whatever way you want to think about it. So we're going to drop down one more time frame lower. We're now here at the 1-hour time frame, and we see, we have this rejection right here. So I'm going to just put this bar replay here just so we're not seeing too much of the story just yet. So we have these rejections here. Price comes up on the opening 1-hour candle with some super big momentum to the upside, 100 pips up, and then boom, gets squashed down. And now we want to drop down to something like the 30-minute. We notice, we have a rejection of this 30-minute zone. Let's drop down to the 15-minute. Now we're getting a deeper understanding of what's going on here. And perfect. This is the opening 15-minute candle. This story, it's a big story that this candle is telling us. Huge rejection of the upside. Let's take note that we have this retest of this zone right here and this wick that is created. That is definitely telling us that even though buyers tried holding price above this area, they weren't able to do so. And we see it happen here all the time, all these rejections right here. So we think that, hey, price is probably gonna do the same thing again. Like, it wasn't able to break all these other times. Let's see if it happens again. And then we put our stop loss. I'll do 35 points, just a little bit above this wick that was created. And I will take probably to this zone right here. I'm gonna have to take profit. And this is because these wicks that were created right here. So I'll move it right there. I had it dragged out over here so you can see exactly the zone I was talking about, but then I'm just gonna have it right there, drag my take profit to there, maybe a little bit past it, nothing too crazy. Let's play it through, let's see how this trade went. Awesome. Hit this zone, rejected up past it. Going into knowing where to map your take profit and stuff and how to use timeframes to figure that out, that's a video for a whole different day. This trade itself was a 1 to 3, so risk 1,000 to make 3,000. Super solid trade, really easy to even like pinpoint, find out. And just to give a recap about what just went down right now, we were at the weekly time frame, making sure that we had our weekly zones mapped out to understand, hey, where is price going potentially throughout this week? And then we go down to our daily time frame and we see all these rejections to the upside. Price was really having a hard time getting past this zone here. So it looks like sellers are interested around here. Maybe we can find a sell opportunity. We drop down to the 4 hour and we see, hey, we're at a 4 hour zone actually. Let's drop down to a lower time frame, see what's going on around this zone on the lower time frame. Maybe we can capitalize and find an entry down on the lower time frame. Perfect. On the 1 hour, we have this huge rejection right here. Drop down to the 30-minute. Rejection looks the same. This was the opening candle as well. That's something to take into account. And then on the 15-minute, we had the rejection plus the retest of the zone. This isn't a very aggressive entry. Personally, I like to take aggressive entries. That may not fit your style. Maybe you would drop down to something like the 5-minute and find something more reasonable. Like, oh, hop in after this bearish engulfing. But we're not really here to break it down too nitty gritty. I just really want to give you a good example of what it's like to go from a higher time frame all the way down to a lower time frame. And let me save you guys the headache. There is no time frame that is the only time frame to consider. I'm telling you, you definitely want to consider all time frames for the most part. You're not going to really consider the 1 minute and the 5 minute or the 15 if you're a swing trader, like I said, but you want to consider the time frames that make sense for your style of trading, whether that be scalping, intraday trading, or swing trading. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got value from this video. If you did, make sure to drop a comment saying what you got out of it, maybe some recommendations for future videos, anything that you might be possibly struggling with trading. If you want to stay up to date with the content that I'm posting on my channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you like the video, give it a like. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.